Hey everybody, this is Kite Altair here, and this is the last video in my video series about my plan to set up to finally have my own formicariums, as well as getting my very own queen ants. So, without further ado, like I've said in the past two videos, let's get straight to it, and here we go. Alrighty guys, so this last idea that I have is for my queen containment. Now the point of this is to have in one structure where I have all the queen ants that I'm going to have, and then from there branch them out and put them in their own nests. So as you can see for here, and from this, which I used in previous video talking about the junction box, the point of this is to have this entire structure, not this exact one obviously, but just a structure similar to this, and have it all separated with plexiglass and wood as well. So all this is wood slash plexiglass. And what I'm going to do is have an air hose that goes into a T-fitting, and that T-fitting will have two air lines that goes in here. And these here, don't pay attention to this one. This one I changed my mind on. That's why you see that little X's on the end of it. But these are going to be air holes that'll vent the air in one continuous direction, and then it'll exit through the back queen containment area. Now, for these air holes, it's not going to be one single air hole, but it's going to be many. And the drill bit that I'm going to use is very, very small. I actually used it at Ace Hardware store when I bought it from Ace Hardware, and it's thinner than a toothpick. Actually, it's extremely small. What I'm going to do is drill many holes in here. The point of it is so that once the air enters, it's not going to be like a suction, and it's not going to be the air is not going to be forcefully going through each formicarium. I want it to be just a gentle little breeze, if even a breeze. That's why I want to make sure it has a lot of different holes just to allow that gentle flow. And then even for these air holes, it's just for illustrative purposes, but I'm going to have more in there so that the air doesn't drain out of these back two enclosures very quickly, but again, a gentle breeze as it will be for these walls. Now, what I'm going to also have to, look out for is A, how is it going to be watered? B, which is already solved, the airline, how is it going to be oxygenated? And the third issue that I have to worry about, which will be C, is how are they going to get in and how are they going to get out? Now, the water line is going to be very small. Oh, and of course, another issue is how they're going to be fed. Now, if I have clustral ants, which are ones that don't eat, they just use the energy that are from their fat reserves, from their wing muscles. Once they pull the wings off, they're going to use those wing muscles to digest and feed their first set of brood. So I wouldn't have to worry about the from the clustral ants. But the semi-clustral ants, the ones that actually hunt, I have to worry about how those are going to be fed. And since this queen containment area is going to be used several times and contain different types of ants, it'll be good for me just as precaution to just have, have the airline, have the water line, have the feeding line, and then have the exit lines as well. So the feeding line, of course, is where I'm going to be dropping like little insects if they're semi-clustral, or if they're fully clustral. Once they have their first set of brood, drop like some honey in there so that they'll be able to eat the workers themselves, and of course feed to the queen as well as they expand. Now, once any individual or group, whenever an ant enclosure is ready, meaning it has around, 10 to 20 workers, fully adult workers, I'm going to have an exit line, and that too will just be sitting off to the side and have a cap on it with a strap on it. Once they're ready, I'll go ahead and put a clamp it off so that I'll be able to take the strap off and take off the top of the cap, of the tube cap, without having to worry about the ants sensing that difference in pressure and trying to run out. So I'll connect it to its very own formicarium, which will be something similar to what I showed you in the first video, like this one, for example. And then I'll just put a cover over whatever ant colonies aren't ready, I'll cover it with some type of fabric, and then I'll heat up this specific, for example, if it's this one, heat up a specific containment so that they feel very uncomfortable and they're trying to find a new place. And that'll be where they'll eventually find this tube, and they'll find a new enclosure that is dark, cool, and it's not so heated, and they'll just move out from there. Now, this will be done on a larger scale. To start with, when I first make this, since I'll be a beginner as far as ant keeping is concerned, I'll just keep it to six different ant queens. And as I get more experienced and as I have more space available out, like if I move out, get my own apartment, that'll be where I expand it and have a few more that I have to take care of. But it'll be a slow and steady process. And here, of course, you see the dimensions 11.5 by 17. This will actually be laying down. And the enclosure itself will be a 5" by 5" on the X and Y axis. So that'll be the length and the width of it is 5" by 5". And that should be more than enough space for the ant queen to just be able to move around, go underground if it desires, or above ground if it wants to heat up its eggs and get its whole colony started. I'm also going to have these on stilts. The stilts themselves will just be, if you imagine this without any of the sides, it's just going to be this entire enclosure sitting on top of this with a slight, dip so I can just drill it in. And the point of having it here, this stilted region, will be so when I want to have screws come up under it, to secure the walls of the wooden walls that are going to be dividing it, I want to make sure I have it as secure as possible, which is why I want to just have it elevated. So this won't take too long to make. What always takes the longest is getting this wood glue by using some clamps on the ends of it to pressurize it. It'll take about an hour for it to fully cure, even though I have done it in 30 minutes and it still has a very strong hole. You just have to make sure you do it very quickly. But once you do it, it's fine. And then you can put you can drill your screws in for added protection to ensure that it is as structurally strong as possible. So that is my video on having the queen containment. All this will be done definitely in the next month or two, because that's when I'm planning on moving out to my new place. And once I have my new place, I'm going to have a lot more space and will thus be able to start this entire project. So hope you guys look out for my next video, in which I'll be talking about how to have the PPQ 526, I believe, and that'll be what you use to get a permit to have queen ants shipped to you, as well as travel with them over interstate, so you can go from one state to another with this permit from the United States Department of Agriculture. So look out for that video next week, and hope you like, subscribe, share with your friends, as well as show in the comments, what do you think about this containment enclosure that I have? And do you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns on how I could possibly improve what I have now? So I'll be looking forward to you guys' comments. I hope you guys have a great day and stay blessed. This is Kite Altair with this video, and I hope you guys have a good day and a very blessed day. Bye.